You know, that moment you finally get your messaging dialed in, you figure out exactly who you serve, and you think, okay, smooth sailing. But I learned the hard way that clarity actually creates a brand new kind of chaos.
Because suddenly you want to do everything for them. It's like a floodgate opens.
It really is. I mean, more outreach, more content, more offers. I remember looking at my calendar and realizing I was doing like 10 times the work, but I wasn't actually moving forward. I was just drowning. So today's deep dive is tackling this exact problem from our own lived experiences. We're figuring out how to transition from chaotic motion to, actual profitable optimization.
We have this deep-seated assumption that if we are in motion, we must be moving toward the goal. But the reality for so many of us in consulting is, well, it's painful. You can be incredibly skilled at what you do, and your calendar can be completely full, and you can still be entirely unprofitable. Motion is really just friction if it's not directed.
Which means optimization has to be the immediate next step. And optimization isn't about figuring out how to cram more tasks into your day. It is about aggressively closing the gap between being occupied and being genuinely productive. To do that, I had to run my own business through a pretty ruthless filter, breaking everything down into 3 categories.
Let me challenge that, though. When you say you filter everything, that sounds great in theory, but in practice, everything feels urgent when it's your own business. How do you objectively separate what is actually moving the needle from what just, needs to get done?
It comes down to cognitive load and direct revenue generation. So the first category is high-impact work, the H tasks: strategy, client delivery, sales conversations.
The work literally no one else can do.
Right, and it has to be fiercely protected. The second category is support work, the S tasks: admin, scheduling, formatting, stuff that needs to happen but needs to be delegated or automated so it doesn't drain your prime energy.
And then there's the third category.
The sneaky third category is what derails us. Low-value busy work. I have to admit something kind of embarrassing here. A while back, I spent days, literally days, learning endless new AI tools. I completely convinced myself it was growth.
Oh man, it feels so productive in the moment. You're learning, you're building.
But looking back, I was just using busy work as avoidance. I was hiding in tutorials so I didn't have to make hard choices about my business strategy.
Tweaking a landing page for the 5th time or, obsessing over analytics is dangerous precisely because it looks and feels like real work. It satisfies the itch to be productive without requiring the courage to actually put an offer out there or face a potential rejection. And while AI tools are a great example of avoidance, the biggest everyday culprit I see is the daily grind of content creation.
Oh, absolutely. Waking up and staring at a blank screen.
The unstructured production line, just starting from zero every single morning to feed the algorithm, is a massive, exhausting drain on resources.
That blank screen is the ultimate energy killer. So optimization here is about extracting maximum value from a single high-impact action. I completely changed my approach from a daily grind to an ecosystem.
What does that ecosystem actually look like in practice?
Well, I take one core idea and record a short audio deep dive. That audio becomes the foundation for a text carousel. Then that carousel is segmented into 3 short posts. And one of those posts serves as the script for a quick video clip. I'm not creating more volume from scratch.
One piece of heavy lifting feeds the rest of the week.
I'm just reusing the raw material over and over.
Let's break down why that ecosystem approach actually works on a psychological level. What you are doing is eliminating the friction of context switching. Every time you pivot from brainstorming a new idea to formatting a post to filming a video, your brain burns executive function.
And that cognitive drain is decision fatigue.
Exactly. By designing a system where the next step is dictated by the output of the previous step, you stop burning your mental fuel just trying to navigate your own workflow. The system preserves your cognitive load for the actual H tasks.
Let's bring this right down to Monday morning for you listening. We call this the Monday Morning Audit. Before you open a single email tomorrow, write down every task you did last week. Label every single one, H for high impact, S for support, L for low value.
And when you label them, it gets real very fast.
When I first did this, I had to confront the uncomfortable reality that my prime high-energy morning hours were completely hijacked by L tasks.
This exercise is deeply confronting because it strips away the psychology of faux productivity. We cling to low-value tasks because they offer immediate, guaranteed completion. You check a box, you get a hit of dopamine, and you feel successful even if that task did nothing for your bottom line.
But you cannot fix an invisible workflow. Once those tasks are labeled on paper, the illusion of busyness evaporates, and you are forced to look at where your actual priorities lie. It acts as a brutal, necessary mirror.
Though there is a danger here if you start this process too early.
For sure. Remember, never try to optimize before you clarify your messaging. If you do, you'll just become dangerously, ruthlessly efficient at doing the exact wrong things. I want you to run this audit tomorrow morning and just sit with the result. Be honest with yourself about where your prime hours actually went.
And as you review your list, here is a final thought to mull over. If you successfully systemize and delegate all your support and low-value tasks, your entire day becomes high-impact tasks. But since high-impact tasks are the most cognitively draining, does perfect optimization actually lead to faster burnout? Think about that as you audit your week.